Okay guys, so moving on to the next video in the series about the estate upgrades and what to do, I wanted to do a video that focuses on what you do during week one, because it can be kind of, I don't want to say complete make or break, but it can make your life a lot easier if you do the right things in week one. So really you're basically going to follow what the tutorial tells you to do, and that's to increase your stagecoach network. But to start, the game basically makes you take your Plague Doctor and take the Vestal, because you're going to use these guys to run your first party. And then with your first deeds that you have here, which are going to be the most important things for the next few weeks, you're going to upgrade your stagecoach network twice. Moving forward, in the next few weeks, the stagecoach is really going to be your most important building. But as you look at what you need to do in week one, you don't have access to any of these other buildings, so the game's basically trying to tell you something. Focus on this first. So you're going to focus on these two here, and I'll be releasing some videos on what to do during weeks 2 through 5, and then like 5 through 10 and 10 plus. But as you are acquiring deeds, the stagecoach network is the most important thing. The main reason for this is as your characters become stressed, seen here, or they get really bad negative quirks, like kleptomaniac's a really terrible one. Basically somebody's going to steal your stuff as you're looting them. They're basically just going to take it from you. As you see negative quirks, you're just going to dismiss people, so you need to make sure that you have more heroes available each and every week that you can add to your roster. The hero barracks will become important as you get to the 3rd level of the stagecoach network, but until that time you really want to worry about increasing your network, because you're going to need quite a few Vestals in order to get through the first few stages of the game. Hopefully you can at least get 3 or 4. That makes it a lot easier. If you have 2, it's going to be kind of a struggle. But you're looking for additional heroes to choose from, and that's why you're choosing the stagecoach network. So I know this is really basic and really short, but some people decide to deviate and go to the hero barracks. You definitely don't want to do that initially. And you don't want to balance it out either. You're going to get to 3 upgrades of the stagecoach network before you move down to the hero barracks. So that's week 1. Moving forward over the next couple weeks, we'll be doing this series where we focus on weeks 2 through 5 and then 5 through 10. And I'll kind of break down where your focuses are going to be to give you guys an idea more specifically of how you want to upgrade and where you want to focus on. So as you look at embarking and where you're going to go, you're only going to have one option, and that's the ruins. So unfortunately you're only going to earn busts and crests from this, but as the weld becomes available, the deeds are the first thing you really want to focus on initially early game. So as this becomes unlocked, we're going to go here. For now, the ruins is our only choice, but another mistake people make in the first week when they're going through these things is when they go to provision, they aren't including a lot of the additional items here in order to interact with the curios, however you pronounce that, in the background. So you, first of all, in a short dungeon, you want to take more food than you think you need. So in week 1, give yourself a buffer. Give yourself like 16, maybe even 18 food, 20 food, something like that to give yourself a buffer, especially if it's your first time playing the game. I know that's excessive for a lot of you seasoned players, but the short dungeons like this one are going to be a lot more unforgiving. So let's say we're going to take 20 food. Let's be crazy. In shovels, take 2 to be safe. Anti-venom in the ruins, you really don't need as much to unlock the curios, so we'll skip that one. Bandages, we'll take a few just in case you're going to have a bad time in your first week and you need some healing. The herbs will be used to open the Iron Maidens here, so you really only need a couple at most. I would even say you could take 1 and be okay. You want to focus on skeleton keys and holy water. So you could take either 2 or 3 of each of these, and then if you're new, you're going to bring torches. Probably somewhere between 6 and 8. 7's a good number for a short dungeon. And this is because you aren't going to be able to camp. If you could camp, your light level would increase, but you're not going to be able to. So instead, what you're going to work on is you're going to use the torches for the light. So with that pretty much covers the provisioning you're going to take in week 1. It's just kind of an overview. There's some things like you could take some anti-venom because there are some mobs that could give you blight or poison you. But I think this would be a good starting point for your first short dungeon. You could even cut this down by 1 if you needed to. But play around with it, see what you think you need. This is just my recommendation, and I think it would give you a good start for your first week, as long as you're successful going through the dungeon. So I'm not going to run you through the dungeon. This is more just about managing the estate and your profit as you're going through the missions. So that's week 1. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and I'll continue to work through weeks 2 through 5 and what that should look like, and then 5 to 10 and 10 plus. Those will be the next videos you guys will be seeing from me, so you can get an idea on the strategies to take, and really hopefully it'll solidify the first few weeks, which can be the most difficult in the game if you don't know what to do. So hopefully it's been helpful. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.